and welcome to the next Assorted Crackers. I'm Eric, and I'm here with Lee and Wilson. Today, in the spirit of taking our own medicine and trying new flavors, we've gotten the feedback that, yeah, we love the bourbon talk. You guys seem to really enjoy it. But are there other spirits that you want to get into, or at least sample for the listeners who may not like bourbon? And so today is your day if you like tequila.
Tequila.
Let's go.
Que pasa?
Que pasa? Well, so that was terrible.
What does that even mean?
What's up?
What's up?
Okay. Just kidding. Sorry. Lighten up, Francis.
But today we're going to try some tequila, and as you know, we like to try to lean in on some local brands and organizations, and this is what I'm kind of excited about. I'll be honest, I have not tried it. I know, Wilson, you have. I think, Lee, you've had some of their stuff as well.
I have.
But the name is Alma del Jaguar, or if I'm pronouncing it properly, it's Alma del Jaguar tequila, right?
Which means soul of the Jaguar.
I think that is so cool. That is so cool.
Nice.
Now, in part, the reason that they call themselves is I did a little bit of research on their website. This is a very mission-based organization. The owners are here in Memphis. We're going to talk about them in a little bit. But one of the things that they say is that it's a mission-driven venture created to celebrate the heritage of Mexico's tequila making while protecting one of the most magnificent creatures in North America, the jaguar. So every purchase, money from every purchase goes towards protecting the jaguar. And I did a little bit more research. So Macaulay Williams is the owner, the founder and CEO. And he was inspired to do this in part because of an organization called the Northern Jaguar Project. Didn't know this. Check this out. So the mission of the Northern Jaguar Project is to preserve and recover the world's northernmost population of the jaguar. So apparently jaguars used to roam as far north as the Grand Canyon. So there along the U.S.-Mexico border used to be a heavy jaguar population. And now there have been exactly 7 jaguars seen in Arizona and New Mexico since the mid-'80s, or mid-'90s. Sorry, I got that wrong.
Wow.
So this is an endangered species. You know, Wilson and I, in particular, I know you too, Lee, we talk about not just hunting, but conservation. So I also love the conservation angle of this brand and what they're doing. And do a little bit more research on this, because it is... The jaguar is a super cool animal, and it's certainly a big part of the Mexican culture. And so to me, it's a natural tie between tequila and the jaguar.
They're really pretty on TV.
They're really pretty in person. Did you know that they're born with...
I do not want to see them
they're
in person.
gorgeous. They're born, listen to this. They're born with blue eyes.
I did not
Jaguars are
know
born
that.
with blue eyes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Do they change when they get older?
I think so. Yeah. I think that.
Kind of like people.
Yeah. So yeah, have some tequila and protect the jaguar at the same time.
Yeah, because the Jaguar is not their mascot. It's the mission.
Maybe talk us through. I know you've kind of poured up a couple of their samples. What are we trying, and what's the order?
So I would like to thank them for giving us these bottles today to promote and taste. So we really appreciate that. So thank you, Eric Matthews, for passing these on to us.
Not me.
So the first one is the Reposado.
Yep.
And so let me get there.
That's nice.
What do you taste?
I get bell pepper, and I get
Bell pepper.
some black pepper or white pepper type in the taste.
What do you get on the nose, though?
On the nose, I get the bell pepper.
You do?
Yeah, I get sweet. It's kind of a sweet smell, which is I would assume that would be the agave.
The agave, yes. But also, just to let you know, too, so to protect, to keep their footprint small, they use recycled glass. The labels are
Maybe
recycled agave fibers, and the corks are repurposed. So they are trying to keep their footprint small and protect the earth. And so, I mean, they're doing a lot of good things over there.
Again, very mission based. This is so one of the things we talked about in an early bourbon episode is I confided that the first time I drank bourbon, I didn't really love it. I just drank it because it was cheap. But in reality, I was drinking cheap bourbon, and therefore it was not delicious. My experience with tequila historically has been the same. I'm guessing the first time most of you have had a tequila, it was not a fine one. It was not a good one. It did not have tasting notes.
No, it did not.
No, and it was either in a margarita or it was because it was cheap and you shot tequila because that's what young stupid people do.
But
this is not shooting. This is sipping.
This is
tequila.
really good.
I think Bill, you made you gave us a good point just a second. I do catch a little bit of like a ripe banana.
There is banana in the nose.
Yeah.
I'm getting some
vanilla. I get honey.
I'm getting citrus.
Really? Honey? Okay.
I'm getting a little honey.
Okay.
And maybe that's agave, kind of the sweet
it's got
honey.
some sweetness.
We're left over from a honey bourbon episode.
But to your point, this is
This is very smooth.
if you folks, if you gave up on tequila early in life because you had an experience similar to me, I would say
Come back.
and try something like Alma del Jaguar here, because
this is very smooth.
Just nice.
It's very good.
Yeah.
So this is you said the Reposado.
Yeah.
Reposado.
So MSRP is what, $69-$70?
MSRP is, I will tell you,
It's $69-$70.
$69.
On the Reposado, these are aged less than a month, right?
No, well, Jaguar also ages theirs a little bit longer than your normal tequilas would be. So they try to enhance the flavors and all of that by aging a little bit longer.
Yeah. Well, this is good stuff.
I really like
I can see why they're one of the fastest growing brands.
They are one of the fastest growing brands. So that's
Wait, say that. So again, Memphis angle, but this is one of the fastest growing.
Alma del Jaguar is one of the fastest growing tequila brands in the country.
So
I think this
and then
is very
Reposado
good.
means that if you go Blanco,
Rest.
that means it's also been filtered more and more and more, and so that's why it's clear. The Reposado tends to have a little more color to it.
Yeah, it's caramelly.
Yeah.
So what's next?
The next one is the Añejo.
Añejo.
And that means it's been aged a little bit longer, right?
Correct. So the Añejo is, give it a.
Oh wow, this is just good. This is good tequila.
So Eric Matthews, not you, Eric Epperson, but Eric was saying this is kind of the for the bourbon drinkers.
Yep.
This is a good crossover.
Oh man,
because it's aged. So this is 65%. So there's it's a blend of three different processes, batches.
Okay.
So 65% of the batch is aged in it's double barreled in American oak for 6.7 months, and then French oak for 11 months.
Okay, I definitely get the vanilla on that.
And then 18% of the batch is aged only in American oak for 20 months. And then 17% of the batch is aged exclusively in American oak for 20.2 months. So it's aged longer. It gets a little bit more of that oak flavor.
I definitely
and so
get
as a
oak and
crossover,
vanilla, but it's more viscous. I mean, it coats your mouth a lot better, and this is smoother. I definitely get.
So as bourbon drinkers, this gets that more of that bourbon oaky.
Yeah.
To where it's a good crossover for if you.
Since it's aged longer, is the price point a little higher?
That would be affirmative.
Now what, 89, $90?
Okay.
It is $89.99.
Yeah, that's very good. Good job, Jaguar.
Yeah, but you talk about the blends and the finishes. Again, we spend a lot of time talking about that with bourbons, but you don't realize that these other spirits kind of have some of the same opportunity, and it makes a difference. This Reposado was really good. This is it's almost again same brand, but a very different experience.
I'm going to go on a little tangent for a second. There's a lot of tequila out here that's been produced today. It's become a really fast growing spirit. A lot of famous people get on put their names on them, and they go out there and they don't really get involved in the process. But what they do is to make it to an American palate. They put a little extra. They make it very sweet, very sugary. And I think
there's all kinds of additives in there too.
That's right.
Jaguar does not put in theirs.
Well, and that's what I'm trying to say is that those are, I think you would probably label those as New World tequilas, and then Old World tequilas they're a little more oily. They're a little more refined in the way they do it. You're not going to get the hard hangover like you would on the sugary ones. And so I think that the purity of the process and what they're doing at Jaguar, this is really good. I think that while that's a good I mean, I love that añejo, and I think
I could drink this all day. That's good.
It finishes in the mid palate better than the Reposado was a little more on the front palate, and then this was a little more
big finish,
in the middle, and I enjoyed that.
I believe it's añejo. It's got a little tilde.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm from Mississippi, so but I say it the way I say it.
But I will tell you too, there are lawsuits. There are some lawsuits going against some tequila companies because of all the additives in there, and it's almost like rum, so they're really not tequila.
Yeah,
and that's some of the American, or some other brands that are trying to, like you were saying, appeal to that palate, but they're not really tequila, and there's some lawsuits, so it's kind of crazy.
Well, so
I think the nose on the this one is not quite as potent to me as the first one and the next one. I moved on to number 3.
What are the proofings on these? I should have asked that up front. Do we know?
I think they're 80. They're 80 proof.
Okay, yeah.
All tequila most of the time. Most of the time, tequila is going to be 80 proof,
except for this
last one. Yeah,
okay.
which is called Nocturna, and it is 101 proof.
It'll put you to bed.
This is a good night tequila.
Yes, but and it's been filtered. It's very clear.
This is like water clear.
But that's
got a good nose too.
It does.
I'm getting some orange.
Okay,
I get the combination of everything on this one.
This to me is more when I think of tequila and what I want. That there's a smokiness almost to it. This is. But
there's a little pepper in there.
There's definitely some pepper. I think it's kind of like a white pepper or black pepper type taste on it. The smoky, maybe the red pepper or something like that. But at the end of the day, I think that is a go-to. I mean, I like that's. I think we stepped up each time.
Are you getting any citrus notes like an orange or a lemon? I'm getting some orange.
I'm getting some citrus for sure.
I get citrus. I'm not sure which one it is, but I do get that.
But it's a sweet. I mean, but it's you get a little. I guess that's the agave or whatever. But it's.
I think of bell pepper when I have really good tequila. I mean, it's just kind of a sweet smell.
Maybe a little cucumber.
Oh yeah! Look at you.
Yeah,
cucumber.
Cucumber, it's nice and fresh. And again, not fresh is not a term you typically would expect to go with tequila, which is why I think it's good we're doing this episode. Because again, I think this is an opportunity to change a lot of minds who again gave up on tequila back when they were 24 and had that terrible experience in Mexico. And in addition to margaritas, there are some good cocktails. Producer Bill has put one together for us that we are enjoying, and maybe we treat it like a cocktail quickie, where we enjoy this drink. It's the Paloma. We enjoy the Paloma, and then maybe tell our Mexico mishap stories. Yeah, I feel like we probably all have something like that. So the Paloma.
So can I take a step back just for a second?
You can step all you want.
So I would say that if you haven't had a Jag and soda with a twist of lime, it's worth trying. Is that
you've had that, obviously?
I have had that. I made it the other night when I got these, and
it's certainly easier than the Paloma.
Which one did you make it with?
I made it with the Blanco, but I think it would actually probably be excellent with the Nocturna.
I think the Nocturna would kick it up.
Goodness, Nocturna is the one I would go with. So I've not had a Jag and soda, but I do like the simplicity of that. It sounds a little bit like almost gin and tonic, not nearly as sweet.
Gin and tonic, Jack and Coke, just easy to make, nice, but just tastes good. And
the Paloma, a little more complicated, but again, we're lucky enough to have a producer Bill, who's also been a bartender, so he helped bring this forward.
Mixologist, chef.
Yes. We love that guy.
He's amazing.
So he brought this. The Paloma has 1.5 ounces of grapefruit juice, 1 ounce of lime, 1.5 ounces of tequila. Did we do the Nocturna?
We did do the Nocturna.
1/2 ounce of mezcal.
Okay.
Oof. And then just a little, he threw a little squirt in there. I guess just to squirt Sprite.
Is, like the drink.
Yes.
Squirt.
Thank you, Bradley.
Just to be clear.
I didn't know what you were talking about there.
Just to be clear, I'm glad that I didn't know that before I tasted it.
Especially since we had
a squirt is a grapefruit drink.
It is a grapefruit
soda, right?
It's a soda drink.
Okay.
So what do you think of the Paloma?
Are we going to catch grief for not using natural ingredients?
Oh, yeah.
This was freshly squeezed grapefruit.
We're waiting for you, Dan. Yeah, but the squirt is definitely going to...
Well, it's hard to squirt from something natural.
Sorry. Never mind.
I feel like
Let's go.
Natural squirts can get bad.
So, guys... Wilson, you told a story that I, if you're willing to retell and maybe even put a little finer point on it, your Mexico mishap, the time that you went to, I think David's, was he at Baylor at the time?
No.
Somewhere down there
He was
in
at SMU.
Texas.
He was at SMU.
Sorry.
I was at Ole Miss.
And you were having a
David and I
spring
grew
break,
up together.
classic
Yes.
spring break experience where you crossed the border.
David and I grew up together, best friends, and he calls. My fraternity brothers and I are going to Mexico for spring break. Why don't you come? And I'm like, okay.
How do you say? Had you ever been before?
No. But, actually, we didn't go. We went to South Padre Island.
Sure.
Which is right on the border.
Spring break capital of the world.
MTV was there for whatever they call their spring break. What did they call it? I don't remember.
Yes.
Anyway, MTV was there for their spring break deal. So we were like,
kids, that's music television.
And that's when that was music television.
Kids.
And so we were at South Padre Island, and everybody's like, man, we're 30 minutes from Mexico. Let's go. So I was like, okay.
That's the best.
So we get in the car.
Did y'all go in a tunnel to get under?
No, we had to just walk across.
Do the border crossing.
Do the border crossing. And getting across was easy. It was like, come on, Americanos.
Bring your cash.
So, I think we had a cooler of beer in the car on the way. And then, we got there and we hit all the, we went to Matamoros, Mexico, which is probably, which is not your upscale border town.
Let's be honest. All the border towns are kind of not indicative of the country of Mexico. If you've only experienced Mexico through a border town, as I have,
that's me too.
Open your mind. But yes, Matamoros is
so we hit
not high class.
I mean, I think it was like we would hit bar after, go to a bar, have a beer or two, go to another bar, have a beer or two, find what we,
Any tequila in the mix? I mean, you're in Mexico.
I'm sure I had some, but
it was not Alma del Jaguar.
Jaguar, I can promise you that.
No, it was not. It was probably more, Corona or
Well, that seems high dollar. I don't think it was that.
It probably wasn't. It was whatever was on tap in there.
If your budget was on Corona back then, you were rolling.
I don't know. I don't remember. I was just glad to be drinking beer. But
and in a foreign country,
First time I'd ever been to a foreign country at that point in my life.
That's awesome.
So. We're at bar hopping and doing all this, and it got, I don't know what time it was when we started walking across the border, going back to get our car. But we had done our share of bar hopping and eating hot dogs off the,
Oh, my.
Off the ground?
Not off the ground, Bill.
Hey, look, is that a hot dog? Did you just step on a hot dog?
The hot dog carts, because they were like 50 cents. So you could get like, 2 or 3 of those and absorb some of the alcohol so we could drive back.
Oh, golly.
But anyway, so we're walking back across the border, and there's just a whole group of us, guys and girls, that we all went with.
And this is like, what, 2 a.m? Like
probably
super late.
Yeah. I mean, and why these group of children, and when I say children, they were probably, waist high on us. They were 10 years old.
Sure.
But they were out there selling chiclets.
Yes. Do you want me to explain why those kids were out there at 2 a.m?
I think you need to explain what a chiclet is first.
Well, a chiclet is a chiclet is gum. A chiclet is gum.
It's gum, Lee.
And it's not around anymore. It used to be in a little square box.
I think it's around.
And it had anyway,
square.
Flavor lasted about 38 seconds.
But that is their entrepreneurial business is meeting the tourist and selling chickle gum. Is what they call it, chickle gum.
So we were walking back across the border. I don't know if our group, we were out of money or just didn't want to buy chiclet gum at 2 a.m.
Full of hot dogs.
Right.
One of the children was selling the gum, and he came up to this young lady that was with us, and he was like, "You want gum?" And she's like, "No, I don't want any." And he freaking reared back and slugged her for not buying any gum.
That's El Chapo.
And we were, the guys were
El Chapo. That's where it started, right there.
Again, these
and he was cussing us in Spanish, expecting us to buy gum.
Yeah.
And so, the guys were like pushing him back so we could get through but it's like 2 or 3 of them. And one of them just absolutely slugged her.
They call it aggressive marketing.
So anyway, we, he tried to get her in the stomach, but she turned and kind of got her in the side. But it was
guerrilla marketing. That's what I meant. That's guerrilla marketing at its best.
So anyway, we got back in David's Bronco and drove back to our hotel. But we laughed about it for days because it was just like, what the heck? So anyway, it was, the mishaps in Mexico will always be.
El Chapo.
El Chapo, he's running a cartel now. We're going after him. The government's going after him right now.
Well, I've got a story, but it's not the spring break bars at 2 a.m. kind of story. So it may be a little bit more lame. Do you have something that you want to go with, Lee, that's more in that genre, or do you want me to tell my story?
I like the Paloma.
Yeah, no,
it's good.
This
Nice job, Bill.
By the end of this,
For sure.
great squirt.
Yeah, you go. No, Eric, you go ahead.
So mine is less about, again, the spring break traditional, but it is a border town story. So my first job out of college, I think you guys know it, was with AutoZone, and it was another great Memphis brand, Memphis company. Our first outside the U.S. store was in Nuevo Laredo, Mexico, right across the border from Laredo, Texas.
Right.
And at the time I was managing the PR department. And one of the things that we had was a program called Partners in Education, where we paired up with different or local VOTEC programs, high school VOTEC programs, where we had stores and sort of encourage that, which is a great, smart program, right? We need to grow more mechanics and people who understand how to fix cars. That's how this business runs. And so anyway, the guy who ran that program was super good at what he did, but he kind of went rogue. He did what he wanted to do. So he comes into my office one day and he's like, yeah, we're getting ready to open our very first store in Mexico. And I've already got a partnership with a school in Nuevo Laredo. And I'm like, whoa, pump the brakes. What are we talking about here? Because, there are laws and customs, and because it involves the transfer of money. There were scholarships, there were gifts. And he's like, oh, no problem. Our partner that's in Laredo, Texas, has this relationship with this school in Mexico, and we've got this partnership. I'm like, I don't feel great about this. Did you run it by our legal team? Or no, we'll be fine. and so he said, we've got a kickoff meeting next month.
Hey, y'all, watch this.
And so I'm like, you know what, Tim? I think I'm going to need to go with you on this trip, because from a PR reputation standpoint, you just want to make sure it's on the up and up.
That's right. You need to go on every boondoggle if you're in communications and PR.
Jump in and go.
Yeah.
Jump in and go.
You want to make sure you see the guy.
So we, again, it was a pretty large school in Nuevo Laredo. And what we do is, to kick this thing off, they had kind of a session, a kickoff in the auditorium with all the students. And we we had these little cool tool sets, with AutoZone branded tool sets that everybody would get. And so we get down there, and one of the girls in our department, it was her job to kind of bring all that with us. And so we were meeting with the head of the VOTEC in Laredo, Texas, getting ready to go over for this session. And she's like, hey, wait a minute. Am I going to have a problem getting all this merchandise across the border? We didn't understand customs. We didn't but he's like, you might, because they don't know if you're trying to resell that stuff to, make a profit. And so for some reason, he convinced her. So what you do is you put it in the trunk of the car. And as you're going through the border crossing, they've got these kind of sensors, these x-rays that pick up what's in the car. And he said, just drive in a slow zigzag left and right as you go through the border crossing. And I was probably 27, 28. And I'm like, makes sense to me. What? He was so
zigzags.
Yeah. So that the little sensors
he
don't.
He wanted you to get arrested.
So I was in the front car. We get across. We get to the school. We're meeting with all the people.
So were you bandit? Is that what you were the blocker?
I felt like a mule. And so we get to the school, we're getting everything set up, and my phone rings.
All right, snowman.
And Lisa, this girl who is
the bandit. That's awesome.
The girl who is driving our giveaway merchandise calls, guess what? She's detained. She's been detained at the border, and because
the PR guy was with her.
and why do you think she was detained? Because she was driving in slow zigzags across.
Of course she was.
So we had to go back with our interpreter and explain. Here's the deal. This is merchandise we're giving to children, and we got through with it. It's like, come on, guys.
How mad was she?
How mad was I?
I mean, whose idea was it to go zigzag?
It was the head of the VOTEC program in Laredo, Texas. He was like, just zigzag your way through it. You'll be fine.
First of all, Somebody wanted to stomp a mud hole in him. I can promise you.
Me. It was
my
how
gosh.
like think about again. I'm the PR guy.
Oh,
think about the
my
headlines. AutoZone officials get arrested at the border smuggling toolboxes.
Toolboxes in quotes.
That's awesome.
But
Motor oil.
all's well that ended well. We
my
did
gosh.
get the merchandise released. We were able to put it in the hands of the students, and
Let's be clear. Everything was on the up and up. They did nothing wrong.
we just acted stupid.
I hate to spoil it. Those are great stories.
No, that's fine.
My stories are when I go to Mexico, I don't know. I think the idea of camping is a Holiday Inn at night. So my idea of
You're a glamper.
Let's pushing it. I really like 5 stars. We went to Mexico. Carrie and I did, and went to this nice place and all inclusive, and it was great. And then we decided we're going to take Mary Catherine down there for her senior trip. And so we went down, and Hudson was not 18, so we couldn't stay in the 5-star adults only. So we had to go down a level.
Oh,
and
no, big
come
sacrifice.
on, man, it was terrible. I mean, we had a great trip. Don't get me wrong, but no air conditioning in the halls.
What?
Yeah, it was terrible. That was awful. I couldn't stand it.
That's harsh. You sweated, I bet.
It was hot. It was really hot. Sorry, guys.
That's it is what it is.
The drinks were in plastic.
Was there tequila?
It was, but it was
was
not
not
top
good.
shelf. No.
It was not Jaguar tequila. Is that what it was?
No, it was not Jaguar. I promise you it wasn't Jaguar, because this is delightful.
This is almost gone.
Well, I will make another plug for them, because if you look at their website and all their advertising, it is very outdoor oriented. And so as hunter, fishermen, I think they want their brand to be like, this is what you enjoy when you were outside fishing, hunting. Not that you're drinking when you're using firearms, but we are
not drinking when we use firearms. Let's be clear. We do not endorse that at all as the
Thank you
assorted
very
crackers.
much.
Play
But
safe.
as far as being outdoors, camping, fishing, all of those things, this is a very outdoor oriented brand. And anyway, and
that's part of the reason we went with this brand. In addition to it being local, in addition to its animal conservation ties, they really do speak to a lot of the qualities and characteristics of the assorted crackers.
Yes,
which is why we were tickled to bring them in. And I no kidding, this is the first time I've tried their stuff. I will try it again. And if you want to leave a bottle of that behind,
I'm really looking forward to having Macaulay come on the show.
Were you done with your 5-star?
Oh man, I'm just got a weak story. Sorry.
No mishap at all.
You didn't get punched.
No fights.
You didn't get punched or detained.
I'd stay on the reservation. I go to 5-star hotels and stay there, and I do not go.
Not your cup of tea.
I like to go sit on the beach and have somebody come by and say, agua fria.
Come on, man.
And then bring me a 6-pack when they get ready to leave. And then, I'm risk averse.
Producer Bill did share a story that it was a border crossing kind of experience as well. His son got attacked by a 3-legged dog, which is, there's something appropriate about that. And I said this earlier, I want to restate it. If your view of the country of Mexico is purely based on border town experiences,
no,
stop it. It's a wonderful country, but yeah, those border towns are not the best.
5-star all inclusive. Go do it. You need to do it.
So I'm just going to read this. I'm not even going to ask Bill to elaborate. So I guess, was this the same experience, Bill, where the 3-legged dog attacked him?
Yeah.
My son put his finger in a dolphin's blowhole and got bit in Mexico.
Okay.
Bit by the dolphin?
Yeah. I can't wait to have him on to tell the story.
That he stuck his finger in his blowhole.
I think anybody that gets anybody puts a finger in your blowhole, you're going to get hit. You're going to get bit or you're going to get hit.
Keep your finger out of the blowhole.
And if you don't buy chicken,
note to self, no doing that.
So what did we learn today? Drink good tequila.
Don't put your finger in a blowhole.
and don't buy the chiclets.
No, you need to buy the chiclets so you don't get punched.
Buy the chiclets so you don't get punched. And walk in a straight line.
But if you want to
these
try,
are the hallmarks of this episode, promise you.
But if you want to try good tequila, try Alma del Jaguar.
Alma del Jaguar. Thank you,
Jaguar.
and okay, and thanks for they gave us these bottles to try.
Yes, they did.
And I will tell you, just because they gave it to us, if I didn't like them, I would say, yeah, not my cup
We
of
would
tea.
be honest, but
These are good.
this is
These are
really,
legit, so
really,
give them a try.
really good tequila. So I
definitely
would
an old world
recommend.
guy.
Give them a try.
I'm an old world tequila.
This
guy.
is this is good stuff. So give them a shot.
Now give them a shot. All right. Let's talk about how to interact with the crackers. Let's find.
My goodness, I love the singing air
it's
that's
the
come out in
tequila.
the last several episodes. Is really taking it. We're going viral with Eric singing.
Tequila.
So, hey guys, we just started a YouTube channel. Please make sure you follow us and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can find us at 3 Assorted Crackers.
I love the progress. Thank you for doing all that.
Yeah,
Lee does a lot of that work, and obviously producer Bill is the one who connects it all. And
That's right.
And
makes us
edits.
sound
So
good.
we appreciate both of you more than we know.
Yeah. And then you can also find us on Instagram,
Instagram.
which is easy for some people to say, at 3 Assorted Crackers.
Follow, love, like, and rate.
That's right. Our love language is subscriptions, follows, shares, and likes.
But please send us comments too, because we want to do episodes that y'all want to hear, as
Interact.
well as whether we've messed up or done a great job. We want to hear all that.
We'd love to interact with you. You can also, if you want to email us at 3assortedcrackers@gmail.com.
Please do that. We need to hear from you guys. Tell us what's working. Tell us what you want to hear more from.
If you
Lee's getting lonely at the keyboard right now. We haven't heard
Absolutely.
from you in a while.
If you hadn't noticed, we are responding to our viewers. When the viewers suggest something, we are on it.
Yeah. When they
our
say
listeners-
when they say enough with the bourbon, try something different. Here we are.
Well, we're doing what we
We're
say.
trying new flavors
We're
with-
trying new flavors.
Jaguar tequila.
That's right.
You know what, guys? I'm in the mood for a hot dog. Who's ready to wrap this up with a good hot dog?
Okay, Pepe.
All right. Don't be afraid to try new flavors.
And don't go stale.
Tequila.